Folks, Plus here, welcome back to another Pokemon Massive video, and today we're going to go over some Synchro builds for Cynthia and Garchomp, right? Cynthia and Garchomp, the banner just came back last night, right? And it is really, really good. It turned Cynthia from like an okay-ish attacker to probably one of the best in the game at the moment, and it's just like she does so much damage. It's slightly unbelievable. Like when Cynthia Synchro was first Datamined, I kind of, being honest with you guys, I kind of looked over it. I overlooked it, um, and I thought like, okay, it was good, but I didn't think it was anything amazing. But the more I look into it, the more I actually do like calculations on it, her Synchro is just busted. Yeah, it's incredibly busted. So let's go into this then, right? So as usual, we'll go, from 1 out of 5 builds to 2 out of 5 builds and 3 out of 5 builds. Starting from 1 out of 5 builds, she actually, in my opinion, does have one of the better 1 out of 5 Synchro builds in the game. She gets your pretty, your standard damage boosts, right, on your moves and all that stuff. You get some stats. But most importantly, you do get some actually decent skills, right? First of all, you get Sand Shelter, which is only a 3 energy, by the way. So Sand Shelter protects you from taking damage in a Sandstorm, which Cynthia, as a ground type striker, that in the main series is a Sandstorm unit, right? Like, taking Sandstorm damage is like kind of weird, so it's really, really nice that we could have Sand Shelter on her so she wouldn't actually take Sandstorm damage. For one, that's really good, and most of the time Sandstorm will be up for her anyways, so you'll mostly be working in Sandstorm conditions, so good to have Sand Shelter. And then moving on, you got Sand Screen, which is really, really good, right? Like, the more, I think about this skill, the more I like it, right? So, special defense increases 50% in Sandstorm. So, when you look at Cynthia's special defense, right? Like, it's not bad. It's not, it's not, like, terrible, but it's not, like, anything great either. It's 141, ranks 84 among all the units, right? Cynthia does have much better defense, but her, special. Well, it's the values are the same, but in terms of when comparing to other units, but just in terms of special defense, it's kind of meh, right? But when you have Sand Screen active, which you should have it active for most of the battle, right? That 141, I have numlock on. Oops. Why do I have numlock on? 141 times 1.5, that actually turns into, oh, okay, that was slightly smaller in my head. 211 special defense. Like, if you look at like special defense, among like the highest in the games, right? Like, Singsu, Alyssa, Rotom, 261, really, really high, right? Superior, up there. Mega Alexam, up there, right? Vileplume, like, these are among the highest in the game, and they're like around 200 plus, right? Aegislash, Bronzong, and then you're basically higher than a lot of like these other tanks, right? Stuff like Probopass, right? Some of Hilbert's evolution or pre-evolution, Snivy, right? So like, this is really, really good. 211 special defense. That's, I think Cynthia is literally the only striker that is up here, right? At base potential. Wow. Yeah, that's really, really good. Obviously, so for her 1 out of 5 Synchro, it's not bad, right? And you also get X attack MP refresh, and then this match is 2 fun MP refresh, which is really nice for Villa, right? And so yeah, in terms of how to move around in terms of the grid, right? You obviously have to connect this. And as for the rest of the grid, I don't really recommend picking up any of these nodes, right? I think Stomping Tantrum's kind of whatever, slash kind of whatever. You could take up this attack node, right? Bring up all these attack nodes. These are nice, I guess. Special defense, speed. You just don't really have much to do. It's like, actually, is this actually just, oh, no. That's, I picked up an extra defense there. I mean, I guess you could like since you have like nothing else to pick up like basically all these stats as well, right? So again, Cynthia's a 1 out of 5 sync grid. I think it's pretty decent, right? So let's reset this and go to 2 out of 5, right? So for 2 out of 5, you have some more options, but none of the options are like anything like crazy. You have some really good ones though. You do have Sands of Time, which quickly charges move gauge in Sandstorm, and then Soothing Sand as well, which you heal in Sandstorm, right? Coupled with Sand Screen, Garchomp is going to be a striker that is relatively hard to kill, right, for a striker. So, as usual, let's get all this stuff in, right? And you do actually get some more Earthquake nodes, which is really, really nice. So, you probably want to pick up those as well. In terms of, the Smash is 2 fun and X attack, for Villa runners, most folks know you generally only need to like use one at a time, and if for one stage you need to use an MP refresh, or if you need to use a matches 2 fun, then you have the MP refresh on matches 2 fun. And if for another stage you need MP refresh on X attack, right, then you get the MP refresh on X attack and then reset the grid afterwards and pick the other one when you need that, right? You rarely have to like use both on the same stage unless like you're battling a super hard boss, right? So you could pick one out of these two, and then like you just basically have Soothing Sand, Sand Screen, Sand Shelter, Sands of Time, all the Earthquake power-up nodes, right? And then either X attack or this match is too much fun MP refresh. So moving on to your 3 out of 5 grid. So the 3 out of 5 grid is where Cynthia goes from really good to just like insanity, right? So you pick up Surging Sand 3, extra 30% damage in Sandstorm, ramming speed up to potentially 30% more damage in Sandstorm as well. And then you get stuff like Sharp Entry, raises crit when you enter the battle, Critical Strike 3 on Flash, which is cool, I guess. Defense Crush 4 on Stomping Tantrum, right? Just a lot of really good stuff. Master 2 Fun Propulsion 3. As for build-up stocks, as for what I would go for personally for the grid, right? Earthquake is just too strong to pass up on. Like, this Slash build is actually really strong as well, but it's a single target move. In this day and age, AoE just becomes like somehow just so much better. And like again, the Slash is not bad. You could go for a Slash build, and we'll talk about Slash build in a second, but I just personally just would prefer to go for Earthquake instead. So let's just talk about some of the fundamentals in a 3 out of 5 grid, which no matter like what grid you're running, you kind of have to go for. So number one is you do have to go for Surging Sand, right? So Surging Sand, you have two options. You either go through Sand Screen or go through Soothing Sands. I personally prefer Sand Screen. You don't need to pick that up. I personally prefer Sand Screen. Well, it depends. If you want to pick up Soothing Sand, you probably have to go with that one, right? Let's just use this one for ease of this video, right? So Soothing Sands and Sand Screen. I personally prefer Sand Screen. So as long as you're facing any stage that has a lot of special strikers, I'll pick up Sand Screen, right? But if you're in a stage that there's more physical strikers, then I'll go with Soothing Sand. It's pretty simple, right? Pretty simple to decide which one you want to go for. So this is a basic. Like almost every grid, even if you're going for Slash grid, you have to like pick up this line, right? Again, which one of these depends on what boss you're facing, right? So moving on to some more detail stuff, I would suggest picking up ramming speed as well. Again, we're talking about an Earthquake grid. And then here's where some interesting stuff happens, right? Ramming speed is, the more the speed has been raised, the more powers up and moves. You get, 4 speed, plus 4 speed from this matches 2 fun because you get to use it twice. And then in Sandstorm, you get plus 2 each time you use it. And also Cynthia's passive is, I can't remember what the name is called. Hidden Run, I think it's called, or something. But, the skill that just increases your like speed. Oh yeah, it's called Fast Track now. So every time you use a move, I think it's 40% or something chance to raise your speed, which is a really good chance of you raising your speed. So you get plus 4 from there, and then just get the rest too from your passive, or you could not use that at all and just get like plus 6 from your passive. It's actually not that difficult, right? So get ramming speed. That's really nice. As for Earthquake build, what really differentiates certain builds is if you want to take Sands of Time or if you want to take Move Gauge Refresh. Sands of Time gives you just more of a refresh, but if you take Sands of Time, you can't take every Earthquake grid, right? So, or node. So you do leave out extra +3 power Earthquake. But again, like I said, Sands of Time is probably just better because in the long run, charging more on that is just better than a 50% chance of getting one what were those called, one gauge back from your Earthquake, right? So I do recommend this one, although if you just want to go for like, you know, max damage, whatever, then you could pick up the Earthquake over here and then get Earthquake move gauge refresh on this one, right? So I guess you could go for that. Let me see. I think does Soothing Sand actually allow you? Yeah. I do remember if you go for Soothing Sand, you actually can't get that extra Earthquake node as well. So like you're kind of left with like only 2 here. If you're going for both Sands of Time and Soothing Sand, the one that lets you go for another one is if you pick up Sandstream, right? Because Sandstream somehow costs 1 less. Sand Screen somehow costs 1 less than Soothing Sand 1. So yeah, these are the different builds that you could go for Earthquake. As for some other nodes, just, you know, in case folks are asking, build up is pointless. Ensures the user's next attack will be a crit after using a sync move. I mean, if you're just really running a stage without using any of your buffs, I guess sure, but like since you got like Sandstorm, yeah, like decent chance of increasing your crit anyways. I just don't see why this is that useful, right? And yeah, I think that's the main one. Oh, Propulsion 3 on match is too fun. It's like 10 energy for a moderately good chance of reducing the sync move countdown by 1. I personally don't think it's that worth it. Is Mega Garchomp good? Mega Garchomp is really good. Is it worth spending 10 energy on for an extra turn, for a chance to get an extra turn off? Probably not. As for Sharp Entry, raises crit when the Pokemon enters the battle. Again, same thing with build up. You know, maybe when you don't want to use any, you know, this match is fun, then you could go Sharp Entry, I guess, right? That would make you have to go through Earthquake Ancient Lore instead of Sound of Time there. But yeah, I do think this build, which either, you know, you go Sand Screen or Soothing Sand, I do think these 2 builds are definitely the better ones. It just depends on what you're facing defensively, right? So as for like a slash build, we'll go over it, right? But your main stuff, bread and butter, your Surging Sand, you want to pick that up. In terms of just over here, right? Since you don't need to use Earthquake, you just go over here, since like these 2 nodes are equal to an Earthquake node here. So pick up the speed instead to get ramming speed. And then for slash, unfortunately, you have to pick up the stomping tantrum regardless, which is like not bad because like you get to use it before you mega anyways, right? Although you could just use Earthquake instead. And then, oh, actually you don't have enough if you do that. Let me see. Interesting. So maybe you actually can't get ramming speed. Okay, that's okay. Oh, you know what? Don't do slash. Slash is just not that good. It is what it is. Slash is just like mediocre. Here's the thing, like if you take out either one of these, it's just not that great, right? That's 3 power. Like if you take out ramming speed and you just go pick up slash, I guess you could do something like this. Sounds of Time, you're just losing, you know, so much power, right? If you pick that up that instead, then you should go something like, you know, some more stat nodes to fill up, or sync. I don't think the sync move node is that much of a, you know, big of a deal. But yeah, I guess this is a slash build for the most part. But yeah, again, like I said before, I do recommend Earthquake build instead, mostly for Cynthia, because her Earthquake is just way too powerful, one of the strongest moves in the game, right? So anyways, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like if you enjoyed this video, join our channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. I'll see you guys in the next one.